Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of Turnbuckle Mayhem. I am indeed your wrestling guy. I am Big Mike. Let's get right into it. Money in the Bank happened on Saturday. Great PLE. The men's Money in the Bank, absolutely amazing. No big complaints. Only complaint I have is Drew McIntyre actually winning it and then losing it right away. I think it was a waste. With Jey Uso being as talented as he is, he has the crowd behind him. He has everything going for him. I believe he deserves this Money in the Bank and he deserves to be world champion. Only issue I have with that is this. With Gunther facing the champion at SummerSlam, I think Gunther's going to win. I think that's why they did not put the Money in the Bank in Jey Uso's hand. Frustrating because Jey definitely deserves it, 100%. But I can see why they want it. If they're going to put the title on Gunther, we all know Gunther's going to hold that title for a while. He's that good. Taking nothing away from Damian Priest. Though it was a little hiccup against he and Seth, but let's talk about that a little bit later. Great Money in the Bank. Those men did everything possible, as entertaining as they can be. Don't mind me, I keep looking over. I got Raw literally in the background right now. But those men poured their hearts out. I'm going to a match that I'm really happy with. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I knew this match was going to be as entertaining and as back and forth as it was. I'm with Sammy when he said that we did not expect, well actually, I did kind of expect Braun to do exactly what he did in that match, and that was the physicality. He's just like his father, just like his uncle. For those who don't know yet, which you should know, his father is Rick Steiner. Which means his uncle is Scott Steiner. Steiner brothers. Fantastic tag team. Great on physicality. Braun Breaker's no different. Talented, athletic, strong, fast. He is the future of this company. Keeping the title on Sami Zayn. Think they did that because they was in Canada. Gotta remember Sami Zayn is from Canada. So if it was any place else, I think Braun Breaker would have won that IC title. He will win it. I'm not going to hold you. He will probably at SummerSlam. He's going to win it. No question about it. But great back and forth match with the both of them. No complaints there whatsoever. The women's Money in the Bank. Sometimes they don't get as much credit as the guys. This time they're going to get all the credit because they was just as good as the men. From the spot with Io Sky and Joe Stocks, I think Io really hit her stuff on that one. Naomi split into the DDT from off the ladders. Fantastic. Although Tiffany Stratton won, congratulations to her by the way, the highlight was Chelsea Green. People are not giving Chelsea Green enough credit. If anything, if they want to be entertaining, they could have gave the Money in the Bank to Chelsea Green because she would have carried that entertainment style, everything. Chelsea Green has been doing this in different organizations, through the tables, chair shots to the head. She's not new to this. So when she fell through those tables, I knew, I've seen her before, I knew she could do it. And she's just that entertaining that she just knew how to hit it just right, where it's the perfect break, the perfect noise. You can see she had her hand right here protecting herself. That's the right way of doing it. Came out unscathed. Fantastic bump. No complaints right there. Congratulations to Tiffany Stratton. I want to say congratulations to Drew McIntyre. Selfishly, I wanted Jey Uso to win, but I'm not going to hold Drew McIntyre back, because he is that great of a superstar that, you know, the size, the attitude, the fight, he's that it guy. Fantastic storyline with he and CM Punk. CM Punk is doing what he does best, and that's getting on somebody's last nerve. No complaints there. He's doing what CM Punk does, and that's entertain and mess some things up. You have to look at the storyline. It has to happen at SummerSlam. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. Don't even give him a stipulate. Just let him fight it out. Let him fight. Let him fight. It's going to be fantastic. Now, they always say, well, Drew can absolutely kill. I apologize. Drew can actually hurt CM Punk. Yes. Drew's what, 6'5", 6'6"? He's a big guy. A muscular guy. CM Punk, I'm probably about the same height as CM Punk, if not taller, but it's alright. He's still a fantastic superstar. He can go in there with the best of them. Roman Reigns. You see him go with Mark Henry. You see him go with all these big old superstars and handle himself just fine. He went in with Brock Lesnar. Boom, there you go. He did a fantastic job with Brock Lesnar. They're going to have at it at SummerSlam. Right now, CM Punk is on TV, starting Raw as we speak right now. I have it muted. I have it recorded right now, so I can always go back and look at it. But it was absolutely phenomenal how they came about with CM Punk attacking Drew McIntyre after cashing in the Money in the Bank. At first, I could say it was a waste to give it to Drew and have him lose it, because like I said, I think someone else should have carried it, but it makes sense. It makes sense because you can't really have a SmackDown guy win it right now, because it looks like Cody's going to go into a long battle again with the Bloodline. It's obviously going to be Cody versus Solo at SummerSlam. That's going to happen. You're going to have, most likely Cody winning that belt. And I would love to see Cody go against Jacob Fatu. I'm going to talk about Jacob Fatu soon. He's one of my favorites. I've been watching him since the House of Glory wrestling, he's just amazing. Love what they do. We're going to go into the Seth Rollins, Damian Priest. Great match. Great match. Great back and forth. Those guys poured their heart out, especially with stipulation on the line. You got to remember, if Damian Priest would have lost, he's out of Judgment Day. How that would have played out? I don't know yet about that. If Seth Rollins lost, he cannot go after the world title as long as Damian Priest is world champion. Great, like I said, great back and forth contest. Great what they did in the ring. The ending before the cash-in, we can go back and forth with it. Whose fault is it? Was it Damian's fault for not kicking out? Was it the referee's fault for not counting to 3? Was it because the Money in Bank cash-in was too late to cut the music? Whose fault was it? We don't know. But once you got to go back and watch that part. But right before the 1, 2, 3, watch what happens. I want you to pay attention to Damian Priest. I noticed this. He was, how can I say, not knocked out, but he had a hit before then that he wasn't all there. And you can tell. And I'm glad that I was able to see this. You got the fingers moving, and he's looking up. His eyes are not really focused. So something went wrong there. You got to watch that. Something went wrong there where Damian Priest did not know where he was. And I want you to watch his lips. Try to go with me on this one. Just watch. Watch his lips. He goes and looks up at Seth and says, "What happened?" I had to watch it a couple of times to catch it. Because I'm like, wait, what did he say? He said, "What happened?" So something happened with that knee strike that Seth Rollins did to him that really messed him up, that it kind of, he was in disarray. He didn't know what was going on, what was what. He was out of it, completely out of it, to the point where he did not kick out on that 2.5. This is why I like back in the day when those referees had their hand underneath the wrestler's shoulder, so, and they make it seem like they're trying to make sure their shoulder is actually on the mat. I'm getting too much information, but I'm gonna let you know the trick here. The referees back in the day used to put their hand under the shoulders of the wrestlers to make it seem like they're making sure there's no space in between the mat and the shoulder. But what happened is if the wrestlers did not kick out on time, the referees, when they do that little lay down after the thing, they're actually pushing their hand up to tell them to lift your shoulder up just in case y'all groggy and out of it. That was the trick. Referee's trick, hey, I take how I want to take it. But I think if the referee did that, I think Damian Priest would have known, oh, I got my shoulder up. But I'm not going to blame nobody. Like Triple H said, things happen. It is what it is. We're going to move forward. But it's even better because SummerSlam should be Gunther versus Damian Priest now. As much as I like Damian Priest, I think Gunther's going to win the title, and he's going to keep that title for a while. Right now, you have Drew McIntyre, CM Punk storyline. Don't forget, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, they have a story. They don't like each other in real life. They have a storyline with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins going in. You got a triple way here that these guys are intertwined with each other. You got storylines galore. I do not want to see a triple threat at SummerSlam. I do not want to see that. I want to see Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk SummerSlam. No triple threat. Now, the PLEs after that, by all means, throw Seth Rollins in there, because eventually Seth Rollins is going to face CM Punk by himself. Be honest with you, I hope they stretch it and keep that storyline going all the way to WrestleMania. You got a WrestleMania match right there. You got a WrestleMania match right there. It's going to be fantastic. I absolutely love it. We're going to go right to the main event. Bloodline. There's Cody, Randy, and Kevin Owens. I didn't really know which three was going to be part of it for the Bloodline. I kind of knew Jacob Fatu was going to be part of it. He had to. Solo definitely going to be part of it. And they could have went back and forth with Tama Tonga and Tamaleo, but you don't really see Tamaleo in there all the time, so I think Tama Tonga was the perfect fit. I want you guys to pay attention to Jacob Fatu. I apologize to everyone. I have not done a video in a long time. I've been slacking. I'm going to get back on my grind. I promise y'all this. But I want y'all to pay attention to Jacob Fatu. If you do not know who he is, I encourage you to look on YouTube, Jacob Fatu, watch some of his matches. I've seen almost all of them. MLW, House of Glory Wrestling. He is just that good. And I'm a big mark for him. Hey, I am what I am. I'm a mark for Jacob Fatu because he is that good. Great contest. Back and forth, everyone getting their hits in, good bumps. The Bloodline had to win that match, without a doubt. If anyone's felt that the Bloodline should not have won that match, then you need to pay attention to storyline. Here's storyline. If Cody would have beat the Bloodline, Cody Rainey and Kevin Owens would have beat the Bloodline, and they wouldn't really have a storyline moving forward. That means the Bloodline would have lost. The Bloodline cannot lose no more. No more. Solo said he's the new head of the table. I'm with Paul Heyman. Sorry, Solo. I only have one head of the table. That's Roman Reigns. He earned that by putting himself through what he went through and being champion for so long. He earned that head of the table, without a doubt. What I need to see is this. With Jacob Fatu now part of that bloodline, they should be moving forward with the bloodline not losing matches. If they do lose matches, it's going to be count out, DQ, nothing like a definitive tap out or a pin. No. If it's going to be a pin, maybe like a quick little roll up where it's a lucky win, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But not like a definitive finishing move, 1, 2, 3. No. Because that's not going to do good for them. Eventually, and I think it's going to happen, it needs to happen for SummerSlam. It needs to be Bloodline versus Bloodline. Now, here's the trick. You got Solo, Tama Tonga, what's his name? Tamalea, Jacob Fatu. You have them. And you can throw The Rock in there. Why not? Go for it. Then the other bloodline, the original bloodline, Jimmy J. Uso. You have Roman Reigns. They always say, who's going to be that fourth person? I don't know how true this is, but I heard that Hikuleu signed with WWE. I hope that's true. For those who don't know who that is, he is the son of Haku. He's 6'8". He's a beast. He's fantastic in the ring. Still a little wet behind the ears, or they say still a little green, but he'll be all right under the tutelage of Roman Reigns and being with Jimmy and Jay. He'll be fine. You already have Solo, Tama Tonga, Tamalea, and Jacob Fatu. The Rock could be there. What I don't want to see is Sami Zayn part of this. I know he was part of it before, but I don't know. If you don't keep it bloodline, keep it bloodline. Simple as that. Nothing else will happen from there. Keep your eye on Jacob Fatu. Keep your eye on Braun Breaker. Fantastic thing is going on here. Let's get into NXT Heatwave real quick. Fantastic pay-per-view. Loved it. I'm trying to think about here. The title should not have switched hands. I'm sorry if you have not watched it and ruining it for you. But Trick Williams lost the title. Okay. All Eagle Ethan Page. I'm a fan of his. Loved him in AEW. Um, you know, I just think it was too soon. Now, maybe they're going to put the title back on Trick very fast, but what I don't want him to do is bring Trick up to the main roster. Not yet. Not yet. Not because he's not good enough, it's because they're not going to have a storyline for him. The issue with people being brought up from NXT to the main roster and they're not doing anything with them is because they do not have a storyline for them. So they're just wasted talent. Keep them down to NXT until you can find a storyline for them. Plain and simple. Trick Williams shouldn't have lost that match, but this could be the storyline. Ethan Page got away with it. I mean, if you watch it, you see that Trick Williams knocked him right out. He fell on top of, I forgot his name, but he fell on top of him. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, he got pulled outside the ring while the count was being made. Trick Williams lost. He was highly upset. I kind of enjoyed that. I like to see that aggression from Trick. My thing was I want to see aggression from Trick. I got that. At the end of the match, I seen that. He was ready to rip his head off. So, let Ethan Page run his mouth for a couple of weeks until the next pay-per-view, PLE, however you want to say it, until the next NXT big event. The title should go right back on Trick Williams. Without a doubt. Lola Vice. Roxanne Perez has done her job. She's fantastic at what she does. She's great. She can go on the main roster right now and still have a storyline because she's that good. She's fantastic at what she does. Lola Vice been doing her thing night in, night out, week after week. Beat Shayna Baszler, beat Natalya, beating everyone on the roster. She should have won that title. Lola Vice winning that NXT title would have been great because she can go against anyone. She has the attitude, she has the skills. She is really that good. No disrespect to Roxanne Perez. I actually want to see Roxanne Perez go to the main roster. They can use Roxanne Perez because the women are so talented that you can use them in all these different ways. This is why I say they need to have one more women's title, if not 2 more. We need a women's IC title. We need, and what you can do is you can have a women's TV champion. Even better, that brings every single time wrestling's on TV that women's TV title is being defended, which means it's going to be multiple champions. You have to fight to prove that you're the best every single week, and that's what we need. The women need more than just the tag titles. The women needs more than just the world titles. The women are great that they can carry their own weight. I heard today on a radio show that the women should have their own show. I agree. You have so much talent in the women's division in both NXT, Raw, SmackDown that you can do your own hour, 2-hour show with just the women and they're gonna blow it up. If you're not gonna do that for them, at least give them another title to fight for. I prefer the TV title for the women's division because you're going to get all these ladies really fighting for that title and trying to be the best at what they can be. You're going to get them even better than what they already are. The men's, hey, I would love to have a TV title for the men's too, but you don't want to have too many titles because it becomes absolutely like, whatever. But the women need to have more titles than just the 2 women's and a tag team. And we're going to go from there. I like to see what they do with TNA. I love how they are connected with, as you guys see at the end of that, you see Joe Hendry. They say his name, his face pops up. I love it. So they're gonna obviously do something with Joe Henry, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. He's a fantastic wrestler. For those who don't know, he actually does music for real. So he's actually very, very talented. Um, we're just gonna keep going from there. Let me give you the rundown of what I think SummerSlam should look like. Damian Priest versus Gunther. That should happen. Solo versus Cody. That should happen. I don't know who Bayley should face yet, but I think Tiffany Stratton may cash in no matter who she faces. Actually, I do know. It's going to be Bayley versus Nia Jax. I almost forgot that Nia Jax won the Women's King of the Ring. So it's Bayley versus Nia Jax. That would be interesting if Nia Jax wins the title and Tiffany cashes in, since they're buddies or besties, as they say. That would be interesting. Great storyline right there. Fantastic. I expect Rhea Ripley to be back, hopefully by SummerSlam, as a surprise to Liv Morgan. Fantastic to see that. Liv versus Rhea, SummerSlam. Fantastic to see that. I do see Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker one more time, SummerSlam, with Braun going over. That's what I see. Braun Breaker winning that SummerSlam. That's my opinion. And this is just a stretch. I'm stretching here. If they're not going to do anything with Jey Uso, bring back Jimmy. Jimmy and Jey Usos versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Why not? Why not? Talk to me. Why not? Let's do it. Why not? Of course, Drew versus CM Punk. That should definitely happen. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. I don't know yet. I know SummerSlam's going to be 2 nights. Oh, that may be next year, actually. But I don't know who Randy Orton should go against. I don't know who KO should go against. Not yet. I got to see what happens on Friday. Maybe they'll switch them two with Randy and Kevin versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. Hey, either way, I'm cool with it. Or Roman Reigns may be back before then. They took out Paul Heyman. Fantastic segue. Paul Heyman is the GOAT for a reason. He's the reason why a lot of these wrestlers love wrestling. He shows you the psychology. He shows you the passion. He shows you everything you need to know on how to get your character over, from the crying, the emotions, him being scared. Oh, I love it. Paul Heyman is the Hall of Fame for a reason. Bar none, my favorite, always been my favorite. Even before ECW, I loved him in WCW, Dangerous Alliance. I just loved him. He's just fantastic guy. Love what he does. I would love to see the Bloodline come back by SummerSlam. If not, they'll be at the next PLE, hopefully, before Survivor Series to really get that going. Maybe we see The Rock come back. You never know. I would love to see The Rock versus Cody before WrestleMania, to be honest with you. I'd rather see Roman versus The Rock for the head of the table. The real head of the table. Sorry, Solo. Much love to you, though. But the real head of the table. I would love to see that for WrestleMania. Have Cody face someone else, if Cody even has a title by then. Give someone else a chance. You never know how this is going to go. WWE is full of surprises, just like AEW is full of surprises. TNA, New Japan, All Japan, House of Glory Wrestling, MLR, ROH. I'm tired. I am tired. But we're gonna continue this. I got Raw in the background right now. We'll talk about that probably tomorrow. If not Wednesday. If I do it Wednesday, we're gonna talk about both Raw and NXT, and we're gonna move forward from there. I think I'm trying to do this at least 3 times a week moving forward. I want to get a lot of this stuff off my chest because I'm such a huge wrestling fan. And I really don't have no one to really talk to about this. I mean, I got my nephew now because I know he loves wrestling. But, you know, want to really... Shout out to you too, Vaughn. I see you, brother. I want to really get this all out. My passion for wrestling. I love this. Always have loved it. I loved it since I was in my mother's womb. It's how it is. I even have wrestling tapes from 48, I think it was. I was born in 82. What am I doing with tapes from 1948? I'm just a wrestling fan. I need to see how things go. Some organizations was a little more boring than others, but I was more WWE, NWA. Loved them both. World Class Championship Wrestling, Von Erichs, loved you guys, but I was more a free words guy. I had a thing for heels. I don't know, I was weird like that, you know. Loved Macho Man as a heel. I loved Rash and Rick Rude. That was my guy. I just loved his ignorance. I loved his ignorance. But, you know, of course, Hulkamaniac, Dusty Rhodes guy, Ric Flair guy, Road Warriors, Magnum TA, that's all in New York, by the way. Just loved them, you know. Hacksaw. Hey, people don't talk about Hacksaw no more, you know. No one talks about Coco Beware and them. These are the guys I love to watch, you know. Ricky Steamboat, all of them go. Dino Bravo, give them all shout outs. Come on, baby. That's what we do. Wrestling fan all day. I can't help that. Like I said before we leave, I'm going to give you guys the match of the day. This one was a little bit different because you can go on YouTube and search it. It's from the House of Glory Wrestling. Like I said, I am a Jacob Fatu guy. I want you to watch this match. This was a fantastic match. And it was Jacob Fatu versus Jonah. You guys don't know who Jonah is. He's in WWE by the name of Bronson Reed. Fantastic contest. I think you all will enjoy it. Until then, I'll see you guys next time here on Turnbuckle Mayhem. Have a nice one.